And welcome back to Comic Frontline, everybody. I am Brant Fowler, aka the Gonzogoose, back with you for another review. This time I'm heading over to IDW for G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, issue number 199, written by Larry Hama with art by S.L. Gallant. Now, before I even get into this review, I have to say I am a huge G.I. Joe fan. Have been since I was like 6 years old. Every week I would get a $5 allowance and I would go to a local department store and get a brand new G.I. Joe figure. They were like $3 back then. Sometimes I would get they had an accessory pack where it had all kinds of helmets and backpacks and weapons and stuff, or like a play set. Just depended. The first two figures I got were on Easter, and I think they were Bazooka and Cobra Commander with the silver faceplate. I believe those were the first two figures I ever had, and then the third one was Torch, which I bought at the store, and then Zartan after that, and then it just kind of built from there. I have over 200 figures now, a bunch of vehicles, even though a lot of them are missing pieces by now. I love G.I. Joe. Was into the cartoon, every version of the cartoon except for Extreme. I hated Extreme G.I. Joe, or G.I. Joe Extreme, whatever it was called. And disappointed with the first movie, like the second one, live action. I mean, cartoon movie, amazing. Got into the comics when I was like 13, bought all kinds of back issues. I always say there's three things comic-wise that I'll never get rid of, and that's my G.I. Joe collection, my cross-gen collection, and my X-Men Age of Apocalypse. Unfortunately, I do have a lot of Amazing Spider-Man as well, and I don't think I've really gotten rid of those either. But I haven't built that collection up and gotten a lot of back issues like I would love to, to say that, I would never get rid of those either, because there's just not that much there, unfortunately. Long story, I'll save that for another video, but G.I. Joe is definitely something I would never get rid of. And so when IDW picked up from the Marvel run with issue 155 and a half and built on from there, I was totally on board. I'm saying all that to say this also. The reason I don't really review G.I. Joe comics on Frontline, I didn't on Ink, and I don't on Zone 4, is because I fell behind financially for a while on the G.I. Joe series when it came up from IDW, and I started reading them in trade. As you've seen in past videos, I've got like the first 5 trades, I think it is, or 6, maybe 6 trades of the IDW G.I. Joe Real American Hero, which still puts me a few issues behind, but next month is issue 200, so I wanted to jump ahead a few issues and read 199, and that's why I'm going to review it here, and I'm definitely going to review issue 200 right here on the Frontline as well. So, now to the issue at hand. Issue 199, leading up to the epic, the huge, gigantic issue of 200. This year is G.I. Joe's 50th anniversary, so big deal. 199 sees kind of the climax of this battle that has been going on between G.I. Joe and Cobra. Everything is in chaos. There are 3 G.I. Joe teams that we follow throughout this issue. 2 of them converge and meet up at one point. But we have one team that is waiting in Sierra Gordo, I believe, at an air base. There's another team that's lost in the jungle that are being tracked by cyborgs, half robot, half human, Cobra troopers. Then you have the Pit, which is G.I. Joe's top secret underground base that Cobra has infiltrated and taken control of. But you have this G.I. Joe team led by Falcon that includes Snake Eyes and Scarlet, systematically taking out Cobra throughout this issue, and during blackouts, because they have Mainframe on their team too. So you have blackouts going on, and the Cobra troopers are going missing all throughout the issue, and it's a really fantastic issue. It's not too much jumping back and forth. The main 2 teams we follow is at the Pit and in the jungle, and mostly at the pit, and then there's a few things at the jungle where they're trying to figure out how to escape because they're low on ammo, they're low on weapons, and they have cyborgs coming after them. So very interesting developments there. And you have Cobra Commander and Dr. Mindbender in the pit trying to figure out why their men keep going missing and trying to combat this threat that includes Snake Eyes, which is the most feared G.I. Joe there is. I remember back in the Marvel run when there was an issue, I think it was issue 107, when there was 106 or 107, no, it was 107, somewhere in that range, 107, 108, somewhere around there, that it was like several G.I. Joe members were killed through a miscommunicated order from Cobra Commander where he told Assault Viper to deal with it. And his interpretation of deal with it was kill them. And when Cobra Commander found out, he's like, "You what? I gotta leave town. Snake Eyes is gonna kill me." And Snake Eyes comes after him. And Snake Eyes goes ballistic, and it's that kind of thing. So Snake Eyes is that character. You just do not want to mess with Snake Eyes. And so Snake Eyes is there in the pit, and Cobra Commander's freaking out. It's classic G.I. Joe, classic Larry Hama, and it's leading up to, I guess, the final confrontation between G.I. Joe and Cobra next issue. So yeah, it was a really great issue. I loved it. The art was fantastic. Larry Hama is a veteran, and he has all this knowledge of military combat and all the protocols and the lingo and everything. So it's brilliant to see him do it in a way that's not so heavily militaristic, because a lot of military and war books I can't get into because it just has this very real, very serious, and very dry kind of take on it, which that's war for you. That's what it is, and that's why they are like that, and that's fine if that's what you get into. G.I. Joe has that element of war and of army combat and all this lingo and everything that gives it that sense of realism, but they marry it with this fantasy aspect of the colorful costumes, the creative code names, and all this kind of sci-fi bent to it. So that I kind of appreciate the marriage between the two, and that's kind of why it always always appealed to me in that way. So I'm just a huge G.I. Joe fan, and this was another fantastic issue. It did require you to have some knowledge of what was going on up to that point, and I don't think you really need to have a deep knowledge of G.I. Joe. Just know that there's Cobra and there's G.I. Joe, and they're at war. A never-ending battle between the two. That's really all you need to know at the core of G.I. Joe. But I think for this particular story, you kind of need to know how they infiltrated the pit, why some of them are in the jungle. So there was a little bit of missed details there. So that is going to take the score down a little bit. But big G.I. Joe fan, great script, great art, the great build up to the big epic 200th issue. So I'm going to give this one a 4.5 out of 5 for G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, issue number 199. And be on the lookout for a new series coming to Comic Frontline in the future involving G.I. Joe. I'm not going to give too much away of what exactly that is, but this is, like I said, the 50th anniversary of G.I. Joe, so I wanted to do something special. So there's going to be G.I. Joe stuff sprinkled throughout the year from me as a huge G.I. Joe fan, so be on the lookout for that. More details to come in the weeks ahead. In the meantime, check out all the other videos here on Comic Frontline. Tons of reviews, new series, Immediate Madness, Trash Pack Time, various toy videos, Toy Chest, Hall of Toys is over here. All kinds of stuff we got going on. New series that are in talks, in development. Power Rangers Playback. We're doing all kinds of TV time, movie matinee. Something for everybody. We love pop culture. We love TV, movies, toys, comics. all that kind of stuff, video games. You're going to find all that kind of stuff right here on Comic Frontline, updating pretty much daily. So check it out. And check out comicrelated.com and comicfrontline.com, both your #1 source for all your comic news, reviews, podcasts, webcomics, and so much more. Listen to the Zone 4 podcast each and every Friday right here on Comic Frontline. Also, of course, on zone4podcast.com, comicrelated.com, and various other sources. Hall of Toys every month. We're doing a special Toy Fair edition of Hall of Toys coming to Comic Frontline first, and then going through the other avenues as well. So be on the lookout for that very soon. And of course, as always, leave the comments below if you have any comments about this issue of G.I. Joe Real American Hero. Love to hear your thoughts and interact with you about it. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.